Welcome to the Popish Plot. I'm Nate.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mike.
Today we're here to talk about some effective evangelization.
Wait.
What?
That's not what we do.
No. You heard me. We are talking about effective evangelization. The reason that they are a little caught off guard is because normally if we were talking about evangelization, we would be speaking of ineffective evangelization.
Now, I want to be very clear here. I'm a fan of effective evangelization.
Okay.
I want everyone to come to know the love and salvation bought for us at such a terrible price by our Lord Jesus Christ.
All right.
Wait,
But
are we doing Bible checking?
No Bible checking.
That's on the ineffective category.
That's on the ineffective category.
But if this is going to be about effective evangelization, at whom am I supposed to snicker? Whom am I supposed to mock?
We'll find somebody.
No, fair enough. I really do this for the probably the wrong reason.
So recently, I've gotten a new job and I've been working in a new environment, and I happen to be working right smack dab in the middle of downtown Flint.
It's lovely.
It's actually a very lovely place, and it's very enjoyable. Because I'm going to be in a customer service position, I want to have places that I can recommend people to go should they be looking for things. Mm-hmm. And, should they be looking for things that isn't what I can already provide them.
Yeah.
Because if I can provide it to them, then they should stay right where they are.
Of course.
But as a result, I've been going to a number of local downtown restaurants.
Mm-hmm. Taking one for the team.
Exactly. And seeing what they have. And the other day, I was in one of these restaurants, a nice little coffee shop / sandwich place. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And while I was waiting for my handcrafted sandwich made with local ingredients and such, I happened to notice this little box on their counter.
I'm intrigued already.
Right, exactly. And in front of the little box was a little stack of cards that were plainly labeled as prayer card. Now you flip it over on the back, and it's got two little sections. One is there something that we can pray for you for? And two, how have your prayers been answered? So, if you've got something that you want, and the box is basically just a little box for these cards to get put into, and there's a pen right there, so you can go and, while you're waiting for your coffee or your sandwich or what have you can go and write down on there, maybe something that's on your mind or on your heart, and you might want prayer for.
When you stop and think about it, everybody has something they want prayer for.
Exactly. Or if you are somebody who's been receiving prayer for something and has had that prayer answered, you can then go and fill that in.
Sure.
And then you just deposit it in the box and you go on about your day. And I looked at this and I thought to myself, for all of the really bad methods of evangelization that we've seen and talked about on this show,
Bible chucking.
Again, we've established that Bible chucking is better than many of the things we've discussed on this show.
Doesn't mean it's still effective.
Yes.
Going door to door and having no interest in the person whose door you're knocking on. Just simply telling them what they need without even knowing them.
Yes. Door-to-door proselytization.
Sending mail to people that no longer live at your house.
But letting you believe that it's your mail. So that way when you open it, you aren't committing a felony. The flyers just handed out at will to random strangers, like you're some sort of a machine that just hands out flyers one after another after another. No, this was actually something that was good, and personally, I felt it was good for two reasons. Number one is it was not imposing. It just sort of sat there. It was just a small little display on their counter. It wasn't even at the main part of their counter where everybody stands. It's just a little out of the way on the other side of the bakery case. So it's a little unassuming, unimposing. Mm-hmm. Number two is it makes an opportunity for a conversation start. Because if this is something that you're into, then you go ahead and you fill out your little prayer card. But if it's not, maybe you're like, hey, what's the deal with these prayer cards on the counter?
It's intriguing.
Yeah. So I really feel like this was an excellent way of evangelizing, simply because, as we've discussed before, evangelization needs to be invitational.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be personal. You need to be reaching that person. And by putting something just there, it gives them the invitation to seek to then decide whether or not they want to go deeper.
People can, if they want, engage with the box, or they can leave it completely alone. It's not as if their doorbell has rung, and they come to the door expecting it to be something to do with them, and it's just some rando who's going to tell you what's best for you.
Again, you guys need to not answer the door if you're not expecting people.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Just yell the door, is it my Amazon package? And if the answer is no, be like, we're not home!
Okay, I'm reasonably confident that telling someone that you're not home is a lie, and we're not supposed to lie.
Yeah, here's the thing. Well, I could see going with less stringent rules on lying than St. Thomas. As for St. Thomas, any untruth was a lie and was therefore sinful.
But given how I'm answering we're not home, it could follow under the argument that no one believes that I am actually telling the truth, and therefore there's a joke and okay. And I forgot which saint agreed that, that works.
I would say that as you're not telling it to them for the purpose of humor, and you are hoping to actually deceive them with your with your joke, that it would be a lie.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we can come up with a lot of rationalizations for why it's permissible, but if you don't want to answer the door, that's one thing. But actively lying about not being home, that seems...
Just so you don't have to answer the door.
Usually I look out another window to see who's there so that they don't actually see me.
And that's much more reasonable.
Yeah.
So I feel that we've lost the thread.
We have.
But Nate's on to a very key distinction. The Lord Jesus didn't impose himself upon people. He proposed a relationship to them.
Come with me, and I'll make you fishers of men.
Rabbi, where do you stay? Come and see.
I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Zacchaeus could argue that, I'm coming over to your house, but he wanted to, so...
See, I think he just invited himself before Zacchaeus had a chance to. After all,
he read the room.
Today's salvation has come to this house.
Exactly.
Jesus read the room.
He was really good at that. Especially when, people are whispering about him out of his earshot. He's like, why are you thinking that in your heart? He can read the room. He's God. Mm-hmm. But regardless, with the card, it's that kind of invitation. Ooh, come and see. What is this? And then you can decide whether or not you want to engage with it. It's not mail that comes under your name but is actually for someone else. It's not a Bible thrown at you from a distance which suddenly impacts your head. You have to choose whether or not you engage with this prayer request.
You think my aim is better than it is.
I'm assuming that if this form of evangelization catches on, that there are going to be people who are better than you who engage in the chucking Bibles. Like athletes for Christ, some of those guys will really be able to get it moving. They'll definitely have to use soft covers or people will be gravely injured.
Well, and duct tape it together, because once it gets flying, the
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're going to need a soft Bible and rubber band it shut?
Duct tape, rubber band, yeah.
But this is an invitation that you get to choose. The person who sees the card gets to choose whether or not they engage. And not only do they get to choose whether or not they respond to the card, they then get to choose whether or not they write on it.
Yeah.
It's all about inviting them into that relationship.
And realistically, there's very little investment cost in choosing to write something down on the card. Because, I mean, it's not like it asks for your email address. Mm-hmm. It doesn't ask for your name or anything. They don't care who it is that they're praying for. Just that if something needs praying for, it gets prayed for.
Well, and you're letting people know that we may not know you as well as we want to, but we want to pray for you. Mm-hmm. So whatever level of engagement you're comfortable with, we're here wishing the best for you. We're not coming in telling you what you should and shouldn't do without knowing who you are. We're just inviting you to allow us to pray for you.
So on that note, we may not know you all that well, but we care about you. And if you have things that you would like to have prayed for, please go down to the comments below and share them with us. Or if you don't feel like sharing them in a public setting, go down, click on the little email, find our little email address and drop us a line. Because if there's something that we can pray for you for, we want to do that.
thepopishplot@gmail.com, or you can find us on the Twitters @thepopishplot and send us a direct message.
Yeah. While you're down there by that comment section, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the bell next to it so you get notified when the next episode comes out. And consider hitting that like button as well. It really helps move us up the charts. It helps us get a little bit more traction within that algorithm so that our show will get spread to more people. So,
plus, just to kick it a little bit old school with the vague threats, liking this is liking effective evangelization. So if you don't like this, you're supporting ineffective evangelization.
I'm now torn whether I hit like or not.
Do you normally like our own videos? I do.
Not usually.
I the only reason I don't is because I don't want to skew the stats.
So I'm totally trying to play the algorithm.
That's fair. And until next time, remember to live your faith.
Love your faith.
Share that love.
Now, the important question is, should we take some of our church prayer cards and put it in their box and so they're confused about where this prayer card came from?